Investing doesn't always mean risk of losing when you are in this world. When people around me hear investing, the first thing that comes to their mind is risk. They are so used to stories of people losing everything they have that they don't believe there are ways to keep their money safe while saving and investing. But this is not always the case, especially if you know what you are doing. The more I learn about money and how the financial world works, the less I lose by investing and saving. Knowledge is one of the main skills that reduces risk considerably, and by knowing how to use it, you can make any move without the fear of losing everything. Here, I will show you 5 ways I keep the money I have protected and how they can help you have peace of mind while building wealth. Your emergency fund money must always be in an open, free to withdraw account. Many people lack emergency funds. While I respect their decisions, this is the main reason they make the wrong financial moves when an emergency occurs. When you don't have money that you can access easily for any situation, you have to make decisions that involve losing a portion of the money you have locked. I have a friend who has all his wealth locked. Most of his money is in an investment certificate, and he also invests in the stock and real estate market. When I asked him what he would do if he needed $2,000 quickly, he told me that he had a good line of credit that he could use in case of emergencies. I told him that the problem was that then he would have to pay interest, but he told me that he doesn't always have emergencies, so having money in an account feels like he is losing profits. The problem with using debt to pay for quick things is that first, you will have to pay interest, insurance, and closing costs, and banks know when you are desperate for money and use that to their advantage to raise rates. It makes sense that you don't want to have money without making any profit, but there are high yield accounts that, even if it doesn't give you a 10% return, can give you safe opportunities to keep your money invested while having free access to it. And you can find these types of accounts in almost any market. Banks offer them. Some brokers like Robinhood offer a 5% return on your liquid money, and crypto platforms like Binance offer up to 8% return for USDT. Debt to assets ratio. Know how much you should borrow to manage risk properly. Although the best way to avoid losing money with debt is to simply avoid it at all costs, there are some debts that are healthy and help you achieve certain goals. I have personally taken out several loans in my life that have helped me grow in one way or another. For these types of cases, I follow certain rules. First, what I am going to buy must be able to be sold quickly in case of an emergency and cover the entire cost of the loan. That includes houses in good locations, some types of cars, and businesses. So far, all my houses are small and cheap because they are more attractive if I need to sell them. I know bigger houses offer better profit opportunities when it comes to rent, and I have good credit for it. But I know I won't have any good plan if I'm no longer able to pay the loan. I would never buy things like cameras, phones, or televisions with loans, even if they offer attractive payment plans, because those items depreciate easily, and not many people like to buy them. Finally, I would never use a loan for a good investment opportunity in the crypto or stock market with the promise of paying it all off once the market goes up, even if I know that the move could turn out well for me. The market is unpredictable, and I don't know what I would do if things go wrong. Only use 20 to 30% of your net worth on locked long-term investments. In my country of birth, the government offers up to 15% returns on certificates and bonds for people who want to have savings with a good profit in return. They use that money to finance work, fix streets, and improve the country. It's a very good opportunity because it allows people to maximize their savings in a very secure way, and the government also benefits from that decision with improvements. The only problem is that your money will be locked for a minimum of 3 years and even up to 10 years, depending on the investment, which many people will consider a good deal, but others could be afraid of needing that money sooner. I only use one portion of my money for those types of investments, no matter how excellent the deal is. I know I won't find a similar rate elsewhere unless it involves more risk, but my goal is not to make a lot of profit out of my current money, but to make smart decisions to increase my wealth. If you have to consider making a similar decision, I recommend only using part of your money, like 20 or 30% of your liquid cash. Even if you know that you won't be better off elsewhere, you will know that you will have it more available. Understand how much you should keep in a specific bank so you don't lose it all in case of a bank collapse. Many countries have deposit insurance schemes in place to protect depositors in the event that a bank fails. These schemes provide a safety net for depositors by guaranteeing the repayment of a certain amount of their deposits in the event of a bank's insolvency. The specifics of deposit insurance schemes vary from country to country, but they typically provide coverage up to a certain limit per depositor per bank. For example, in the United States, this amount is between $200,000 and $250,000 per investment per bank. So if you have that amount in an investment or bank account, the government or central bank will be responsible for returning up to that amount if your bank goes bankrupt. In my case, I made sure I understood well what the regulations were with the banks where I had money, the limit, and the conditions. For example, the bank where I have my high yield account has a clause that says that no matter how many different bank accounts you have in it, it will be counted as one to use this insurance. Some other banks have normal account and deposit certificates as two different products. Others only accept all the money you have inside that bank without taking into account what products you have. A bank collapse is not common but deadly, so it is best to understand how secure your money is in case anything happens. Always have an exit plan to make decisions fast. One move that has saved me on multiple occasions to mitigate risk is to have two exit plans. One in case something goes very well, so I take profits, and one in case everything goes wrong to not lose all my money. I don't believe in holding forever unless it is in my own company because something could go well for a long time and have a down period unexpectedly, and I won't know that unless it is late because I'm not inside of that company. For me, holding forever only works if you don't have plans with your money, which is very unlikely, considering the majority of people want to retire and use their money to live in peace. This decision has helped me make decisions quickly when something occurs. One example was in 2021 when the stablecoin Luna collapsed and all the people that have their money there lost almost everything. If it wasn't for my exit plan, I would have lost $18,000, but I decided to take the 20% loss and it paid off. Not everything that goes down returns to its highest price, and we must keep that in mind when we make an investment. Saving and investing don't always need to mean risk. The more knowledge you acquire in this world, the less worry you will have when it comes to using your money. I'm no longer afraid of losing my money because I know what I'm doing. I know how every bank and investment I make works, and I have emergency plans in case the things I can't control go wrong. People lose their money for three main reasons. They become greedy when it comes to making profits. They didn't know how a market works and invested because they thought it would be easier. They didn't have an exit plan. So keeping those 3 points in mind and making decisions not to commit them are the keys to succeeding in managing your wealth.